BlackBox Silver and Bronze, and today I'm going to take part in the top Nazi comic cover challenge, and I got my top 15 Nazi comic covers, both raw and slab, to share with you. So let's get into it. Alan from the Comic Collector Geek YouTube channel posted another challenge last night. This was for the top Nazi comic covers. So I've got 15 Nazi comic covers to share with you, my top 15. And I've got a lot of them. I mean, if you dig around in any of the war comics like Sergeant Fury, Unknown Soldier, Star Spangled War Stories, Liberty Legion, Freedom Fighters, Invaders, there's plenty of Nazi comic covers. So I whittled it down to my top 15, and I've got 3 honorable mentions. First being The Hiding Place from 1973. Hansi was a cover that a lot of people look for by Spire Christian Comics, and this is another one that has a Nazi theme to it with these women in the concentration camp. That's an Al Hartley cover, so that's just an honorable mention. Star Spangled War Stories number 158, Joe Kubert cover. I just really like this cover, and it shows the evilness of the Nazis willing to mow down people who were there in the camp. And Our Fighting Forces number 117, featuring the Hellcats. And this cover is just one that I really enjoy. It's another Joe Kubert cover, and the interiors are by Frank Thorne. And it's just the Nazis doing an experiment, creating these monsters who are humongous, who they're going to unleash on in the war. And that's kind of a theme you see in a lot of the movies with Nazis, how they're looking into the occult and everything. But that's just a great cover that I wanted to share. All right, so now I'm going to get into my top 15. So number 15 is from Atlas Comics. It's Blazing Battle Tales, number 1. And Atlas Comics was a company that was trying to compete with Marvel. This is from July 1975. It's the only issue of the title, and that's a Frank Thorne cover. He did the interiors on the previous one that I showed you. And so that's just a great cover with a lot of suspense. You know, the American GIs are about to come in here. They think everything's safe, and the Nazis are keeping this girl at bay, and they're ready to attack. That's a Blazing Battle Tales, number 1. Okay, next one is Our Fighting Forces, number 108. This is my number 14, and this is from August of 1967. It's an Irv Novick cover. And one of the things that I love about this cover is this totally reminds me of that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark when Indiana Jones is battling that enormous bald Nazi who, and the plane is starting up, and they're fighting right near the blades of the propeller. I mean, this looks exactly like that, and it's a great cover. Okay, the next one on my list is Our Army at War, number 115. This is from February 1962. And the reason I have this in here is because this is one of my favorite Mademoiselle Marie covers. I have a small collection of her appearances, and I particularly like her cover appearances. This is from February 1962, Jerry Grandinetti cover, and he did some of the other Mademoiselle Marie covers in Star Spangled War Stories. She first appeared in Star Spangled War Stories number 84, and she was on the cover from 84 through 89, 6 issues, and several of the covers were by this artist. This is her first appearance in Our Army at War, and it's just a great composition to that cover, great colors, I like everything about it. Okay, number 12, Rip Hunter, number 20 from 1961. And Rip Hunter travels back in time and they find Hitler. And they've got the Nazi soldiers there retaining them. That's Rip Hunter, number 20 from 1961. Okay, number 11, T-Man number 14 from February 1954, Reed Crandall cover. This is probably my favorite Golden Age series, if not my favorite. I think it is my favorite. I'd have to do a little more retrospective, but if not my favorite, one of my top. This is a great series. That guy there in the I don't know what you call this outfit, lederhosen. That's Pete Trask, and he's a federal agent and basically is a worldwide troubleshooter. And he travels around the world trying to fight communism and Nazism to support U.S. interests. They're great stories, and I love finding these. I have a pretty fair collection of these. I'm trying to complete the run, and in this one, he comes across Hitler, who maybe survived. So that's T-Man number 14. Okay, so we're getting into my top 10, and the first one is actually a modern comic. It's Submariner number 1. This is the 70th anniversary issue, and it's got a beautiful painted cover. And I love how the Submariner's coming out of the water and he's showing his strength. He's got a torpedo in his arm and he's about to hurl at this Nazi soldier. This has a couple of stories in it, and one of them is a reprint of the very first Submariner story. And although I would love to have a Golden Age Submariner in my PC, I do not yet. But this cover totally gives me the feel of a Golden Age Submariner story. So that's my number 10. Number 9 is from Charlton. It's Sarge Steel, number 3 from 1964. It's a Dick Giordano cover. This is the third issue in the series of Sarge Steel, which later became Secret Agent. And you've got that Nazi flag behind Sarge Steel. You've got the woman in red dress in distress and all those Nazis charging into the cave. And as is usual in a lot of these covers where the woman is in distress, is the person who's saving her is like really in the wrong position to be saving her. So you should be turning around and standing between her and the advancing hordes. So that's Sarge Steel, number 3 from 1964. And I have a Wonder Woman, volume 2, number 132. This is just a great John Byrne cover. This is from April of 1998. And I love everything about the cover. I love the composition, the color, the action. You've got the Dark Angel there, in the front of the cover. And behind her is that Colosseum that you see in a lot of the old newsreels from Germany. You got all the Nazi soldiers doing the Heil Hitler there. And then up on the top, you've got the swastika with the JSA all attached to it. That's a great cover. Wonder Woman number 132. That's my number 8. All right, my number 7 cover is Invaders Annual number 1. This is a beautiful cover from 1977. And what's really fantastic about this is an Alex Schoenberg cover. And so I'd really like to have an Alex Schoenberg Golden Age cover in my collection, but they're very hard to find and very expensive. And so to me, this is the next best thing. He always did these great covers with so much action going on, and the torch flying over the place, Submariner jumping, and Captain America, just tons of action. And so if you want to get a good Alex Schomburg cover that's affordable, look for this one, Invaders Annual, #1 from 1977. Okay, #6, Comedy Comics, #19 from September 1943. Alan showed his Super Duck, #1. This is kind of in that vein. This is Super Rabbit, and we've got the U.S. Army train bearing down the tracks with the girl tied up there, the pig girl tied up there. And these two guys over here, if you look closely, you can see that one of them's got a Hitler mustache. They're both wearing swastikas, and you got the explosive, which is got the swastika on it there. So that's Comedy Comics #19 from September 1943. And now into the top 5. All right, our Army at War, #155. This one's slabbed. It's a Joe Kubert cover. It's just a great composition here with the Sergeant Rock and that Nazi soldier diving off of the bridge as the train goes by. Our Army at War, 155. This is the 3rd appearance of Enemy Ace also. Okay, #4 is Hansi, the girl who loved the swastika, Al Hartley, 1976. This is the 39-cent variant. And there's another variant, a 49-cent variant. And this is a great cover as well with the Nazi flags and looks like a parade, maybe, all the German soldiers. And it's just kind of, there's something not quite right about a beautiful young girl who's happy about the Nazis rolling through town. Hansi. Okay, #3. Blitzkrieg, #4. And this is a great comic. It was a 5-issue series. This is another Joe Kubert cover. He was the master of war covers. And this is the bicentennial issue. It's got the bicentennial banner up there. And what you've got here is this girl is throwing herself in front of the trains. She says she'd rather die than be taken in by the Nazis. So that's my #3. Blitzkrieg, #4. This was a great series. It only ran 5 issues, but it was really good. All right, now we are down to the last 2. For #2, I have Star Spangled War Stories #87. So this is Mademoiselle Marie. Her first appearance, as I said, was in #84. So this is her 4th appearance. This is my favorite of all the Mademoiselle Marie covers. I love this composition. And although you cannot see any Nazi soldiers in this cover, if you look behind her, you see the swastika on the signal, and you look between her, you see the headlights bearing down. So that train is full of Nazi soldiers. They're there. And she's trying to set some TNT to take them out while she's being shot at. This is also a Jerry Grandinetti cover, and this is from 1959, November 1959. My favorite Mademoiselle Marie cover. Okay, #1, all new comics from January 1943. You've got the Nazi train there. This is a pretty rare comic. It's very hard to find. And this has some first appearances. I think Steve Case, K.O. Kane, Nighthawk, and Tiger Shane. They're all their first and only appearance. And it also has a Hitler appearance inside. And as I said, it's from January 1943. So those are my top 15 Nazi covers, and I hope you enjoyed seeing that, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.